This is Sean O'Malley, and you're watching Full Time MMA. Don't be a bagel biting, bagel bitch boy, bagel bitch back.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And fuck the Mayweathers. Conor McGregor has rejected Floyd Mayweather's training offer that we recently actually just talked about on our live show that just ended. But if you missed that, Floyd Mayweather has said Conor McGregor is welcome to train in his boxing club in Las Vegas ahead of his UFC 229 fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, with that being said, I don't know what the flying fook Floyd Mayweather thinks he could train Conor McGregor in preparation for a Khabib fight. The Dagestan Gangster Squad coming through with probably the best grappling in the UFC's lightweight division. We saw him just completely run through his last three opponents, just maul them. I mean, talk to him while he does it, smash them, and he's looking forward to humbling and smashing Conor McGregor in the worst ways, but not in the stand-up, not in boxing. And so I just don't see what Floyd Mayweather has to offer McGregor, but this is what he had to say. He said, I'll talk with Dana, I may talk with Conor McGregor and get some tickets, but leading up to the fight when McGregor gets to Vegas, we'd like him to train it, and I know the UFC has got a training facility, but we'd like for him to work out at the Mayweather Boxing Club. And so with that being said, you know, just offering the Mayweather's Boxing Club services to McGregor, and somebody pointed this out on the live stream, thought it was pretty funny. Hell, Mayweather might be looking to lure Conor McGregor in and sabotage him a little bit so he can bet against him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a joke, but bring him in, get him liquored up a little bit, you know, share some of that Conor McGregor whiskey or whatever, and yeah, and then bet all the money on Khabib Nurmagomedov, you know, because this is going to be a tough fight to call. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people betting on this fight, and I know Floyd Mayweather's a gambler, but no, that's a little bit of a joke. But either way, Floyd Mayweather offered to Conor McGregor to come train at his boxing club, but he also did point out that the UFC has the Performance Institute, and if Conor McGregor doesn't already have somewhere he's going to be training privately, I'm sure the Performance Institute has him covered. Sure, I'm sure that the Performance Institute probably has a fucking Conor McGregor wing. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, like upstairs somewhere, that they don't let other fighters or even anybody have access to specifically for when Conor McGregor's in town. I would not be fucking surprised if that is for sure at the UFC Performance Institute. So I don't think Conor McGregor is going to need to come visit Floyd Mayweather, and Conor McGregor doesn't seem like he's interested anyway, as he seemingly denied in this tweet. He said, fuck the Mayweathers, except for Senior and Roger. There's no peace here, kid. Step up or step down. Now, when he said step up or step down, that almost sounds like a challenge. Like, homie, don't reach out to me on no friendly tip. If you guys remember, Floyd Mayweather was running his mouth about stepping in the octagon. He quieted those talks down whenever shit seemed to get real, and so now McGregor's going to be taking on Khabib, looking to win his title back, a title that he never lost. But he's telling Floyd Mayweather, step up or step down. Don't be offering me no services. Step the fuck down. Or you can step up and come get this work. You talked a big game about coming over to the UFC. I went and did it on your terms. We restricted the rules. You said you do it on my terms. You talked even after the fight like you were ready. So what's up? Step up or step the fuck down. And even if not in the UFC, which I'm sure Conor McGregor would love to fucking be able to expose Floyd Mayweather in the UFC, even if not in the UFC, Conor McGregor, I'm sure, wouldn't turn down another $100 million opportunity in a Floyd Mayweather fight in boxing if that presented itself. And Floyd Mayweather being retired, 40-something years old, I could see him getting off the couch for another huge payday against McGregor. So who knows? If Conor McGregor can have success in this fight, and maybe even if he loses, I don't know what's going to happen to Conor McGregor's star if he loses, but that's a very real possibility in this fight. He could very well lose this fight. But if he does, he's still going to be Conor McGregor. We're still going to know who he is. He might just be a little more humble. Either way, we'll still all want to see McGregor versus Diaz, or who knows, maybe even McGregor versus Mayweather again. That's definitely a fight. It's an event. It's a fight. We all Going into that fight, we knew it was an event. We didn't expect the most competitive fight between McGregor, who'd never done it before, versus one of the greatest boxers of all time. We didn't expect it to be like two fucking young Thundercats going in there throwing down. We expected a show, and that's what we got. We all got together with our friends and family and had a good fucking time, and I'm sure you guys would be down to do that again. So with that being said, we'll see what happens. But as far as training with Mayweather, fuck the Mayweather, says Conor McGregor, except for Senior and Roger. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments.
Da 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 da! It's the motherfucking DOG.